Today's meditation is taken from the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 24, verses 1 to 12. This passage says about resurrection. The meaning and significance of the resurrection of Jesus Christ is deep and profound. Resurrection is the basis and foundation of Christian faith, life, and proclamation. St. Paul clearly affirms, if Christ has not been raised, then our proclamation has been in vain and your faith has been in vain. The resurrection of Jesus was the manifestation of the resurrection of all sorts of human resurrections. It also asserts the power of Jesus over life and death. It also celebrates the life in its fullness and professes the victory of goodness over the forces of death and evil. Here, I would like to share three thoughts. Firstly, the resurrection affirms the intervention of Christ in all our life situations. The risen Christ enters into the midst of his disciples who were trembled with fear, frustration, and overwhelmed despair. They were in the trauma caused by the crucifixion of Jesus. Jesus enters through the closed doors to the disciples. The risen Christ will enter into our closed life situations where we cannot enter and solve. Resurrection affirms the presence of Christ in all our life circumstances of fear, despair, and failures. Secondly, the resurrection challenges us to get rid of the past painful experiences. The risen Christ never recollects the pain and wounds which he experienced throughout his earthly life and ministry. He never remembers or retaliates to those who tortured him. The risen Christ gives peace instead of vengeance and retribution. Resurrection is an experience where we can smile over against wounds and pain, give harmony instead of vengeance. Thirdly, resurrection challenges us to share the pain and pathos of cross. The joy of resurrection was given initially not to the male disciples but to the women like Mary the Magdalene, because they followed Jesus up to the cross of Calvary. The bliss of resurrection will be given only to those who are ready to receive the pain of the cross, or in other words, those who bear or share the cross will surely receive the joy of resurrection. The resurrection assures the presence of Christ in all our predicaments and perplexities, and it challenges us to get rid of the retribution and also challenges us to take up the cross and to share the pain and pathos of God. Let us experience and share the bliss of resurrection in our life and to the world. May God bless us. Let's pray. O Christ, our Savior, dwell with us, that our may go forth with the light of hope in our eyes, the fire of inspiration on our lips, and your word in our tongues, and your love in our hearts. Amen.